What's up guys, Luke here from Luke's Points and Miles, and today I want to do an update review type video for you. About 6 months ago, I did a product change with Capital One. I basically changed a worthless Quicksilver card for the then new Capital One Venture X Visa. I was not really keen on the Venture X card, but the Quicksilver was my oldest card and it was something that I would likely never use again, so I opted to product change to something I thought I might use occasionally. Now, this meant that I had to forego that big bonus, but at the time, I did not want another new personal account. So this was the next best thing. Now, I didn't expect much out of this. I honestly didn't even expect to ever use the card, except for some of the benefits and maybe to pay one flight a year. In this video, I will tell you why I was wrong, and I'll tell you which cards the Capital One Venture X has kicked out of my wallet and why. So do yourself a favor and grab a cold drink and have a seat while we talk about this bad boy. Let's get it. Okay, so most of you know that I am an American Express loyalist and I needed another annual fee like I needed a hole in my head. My normal rotation is primarily the American Express trifecta with the Amex Platinum card, Gold card, and the Blue Business Plus. I've also dabbled in the business versions of the Platinum and Gold as well, but at the time, I really didn't have a solid Visa or MasterCard option. I would use a Citi, American Airlines MasterCard, or the Navy Federal flagship Visa if a vendor didn't accept American Express. And at times, I even experimented with a hybrid MR point / cashback system that worked fairly well for me. Then I received the Capital One Venture X, and it was subtle at first, but the card slowly snuck itself into my wallet. Before we talk about the why, let's do a quick review of the card. The Capital One Venture X is a Visa Infinite and comes with a few benefits that immediately made me forget about not getting that 100,000 mile bonus. Most of you that watch the channel know that I'm okay with annual fee cards that provide value, and you know that I travel around 10 times a year. So with that said, the Capital One Venture X comes with a premium $395 annual fee. That is nothing to sneeze at. What do you get for that hefty fee? Well, for starters, you get a $300 yearly credit when booking travel through the Capital One travel portal. I'm not a big fan of travel portals at all, and I don't think I will ever use the portal except to get that credit. As far as I can tell, booking a paid flight through the portal is almost no difference than booking directly with the airline. We travel enough domestic economy flights that booking one through the portal won't be tough. I'm a Hilton loyalist, but I could see a scenario where we stay at some one-off boutique hotel for a couple nights. In any case, the $300 is super easy for us to use. This makes the annual fee effectively $75. To make that deal a little sweeter, Capital One awards you 10,000 Capital One miles upon your card anniversary every year. Now, with my math, Capital One miles are going to be worth at least 1.5 cents per point. So after the first year, I'm getting positive net value on this card with minimal use. But how does the card earn? Well, this is another plus in my opinion. The card earns 10 times miles on hotels and car rentals in the portal. 5 times miles on flights booked in the portal. And to bring all that together, the card earns double miles on everything else. So for me, the sweet spot for earning is the everything else category. In my setup, I would normally use the Blue Business Plus, but I must admit that in my little world, I still run into several merchants that will not accept American Express, like our veterinarian and our doctor's office, plus a few other minor expenses. And I know some folks will completely disagree with me, but I have run into so many vendors and merchants outside the United States that will not accept American Express that I need a good no foreign transaction fee Visa or MasterCard just for that. This one fits the bill with double miles on everything. So we've discussed how to earn, but what will those earnings get us? Well, for 1 cent per point, you can book new travel through the portal, pay off a travel expense, or redeem for gift cards. None of those are terrible ideas. You can also redeem for cash back for a ½ cent per point. But I really do not recommend doing that. It's the least valuable way to redeem your miles. What I would recommend is transferring these miles out to one or more of the 16 loyalty partners currently partnering with Capital One. I just did a video on all the partners and some examples of how you can utilize them. I will link that video down below. It's only recently that I have discovered just how valuable some of these partners are. For instance, I always value Delta Sky miles and American Airlines miles because I like to fly those airlines domestically. Then I really dove into the partners programs, and I learned that I could transfer my miles to British Airways and book cheap domestic flights on American Airlines. For example, I can fly to Miami direct for 9,000 British Airways Avios. I can book Delta flights by transferring miles to Virgin Atlantic or Air France or even Aero Mexico. All these options made me realize that having transferable currencies from different issuers than American Express could be very rewarding for me. These transfer partners also periodically have bonuses. For example, I recently transferred some Capital One miles to British Airways with a 25% bonus. Now I can fly from Miami to Grand Cayman for 7,500 British Airways Avios. That was a 6,000 Capital One mile transfer. Serious value, right? Most experts will recommend not transferring miles until you have the exact redemption you want, but I don't mind breaking that rule during bonus times. I know I will eventually use those points. Now, most folks will put Capital One below Chase and American Express as far as partners go, and I think that's fair. The hotel partners are severely lacking, but if you're willing to do the work, you'll get an amazing value in the air with Capital One partners. My favorite transfer partner right now with Capital One are British Airways and Virgin Atlantic, but I'm also eyeing a few other partners' sweet spots. Guys, if you are getting any value from this video, do me a favor and slap that like button for the YouTube algorithm. I will highly appreciate it. Now, we can talk about the juicier benefits of the Venture X. The card has the Visa Infinite benefits, which can come in super handy with things such as travel and purchase protections, but the ones that really impress me is the Priority Pass and Lounge Access. The cardholder is granted a real Priority Pass. By that I mean they get access to the restaurants at airports as well as the lounges. Speaking of lounges, I'm really big on airport lounge access, and yes, I want access to all of them. I'll be headed to the Capital One Lounge at DFW in Dallas in a few days, and I'll report back on that. I'm not going to go over every single benefit because this isn't quite a full review, but this card is packed with goodies. The two that really stand out for me is the $800 cell phone protection and the primary car rental car insurance. Now, I try really hard to never rent cars, but now I know if I need to, it goes on this card. Unless, of course, you go to the Republic of Ireland or Northern Ireland, they still make you buy their insurance. Guys, if you like content like this, subscribe to my channel. I post consistently multiple times a week, and I keep everything on topic. Now, like I mentioned earlier, this card grants the user access to the Capital One Airport Lounge, which is in Dallas. There are more being built though, one in Washington Dulles and one in Denver, I believe. Now, as far as access, you can bring 2 guests into the lounge with you. That's a blessing for us folks with children. But the cool part is you can add up to 4 authorized users, and they in turn will get their own lounge access and own Priority Pass. If you're scoring at home, that's 4 authorized users that can access Priority Pass and Capital One lounges. That's over 1,300 lounges worldwide for free. Pretty awesome if you ask me. So that's a quick summary of the card. The Capital One Venture X has kicked out the Navy Federal Flagship Visa as my alternate Visa card. I have put quite a bit of spend on this card in the 6 months I've had it because it seems like it's always necessary. I was initially very wrong about this card, but after 6 months, I'm actually a big fan. It doesn't hurt that the card is aesthetically pleasing and metal. I can definitely see this card continuing its mission and kicking out my Amex Blue Business Plus right out of the wallet next year to create a new trifecta: the Amex Platinum and Gold and the Capital One Venture X. The fact that this card is simple, versatile, and possesses those very solid benefits makes it a card that I plan on keeping long term. Capital One has made so many improvements in the last year that it's hard not to give them a chance. This card pairs well with their no annual fee Capital One Saver One card, and there are plans to release a business version of the Venture X in the very near future. Now, that is interesting. Guys, check out my Instagram and other social medias. I will be posting lots of pictures from the Capital One Lounge in Dallas, Fort Worth very soon. Guys, if you have time and you want to apply for the Capital One Venture X, I do have a link in the description. If you use my link, the channel may benefit, and I would greatly appreciate it. As always, gang, if you stayed around all the way to the end, I appreciate you and I thank you.